Hello everyone, in this episode I'm going to be checking my shims, which I've got a little bit of help with. I'm going to be taking off the tank, taking off the engine cover, checking those bad boys out, and while I'm at it I'm also going to give the bike a service because riding season is upon us. It's been about a year since I've done it, and because I did it last year I want to test my skills again and do it again. So that's all in this video.
Welcome to Triumph Bonneville T100.
So first things first, engine's got to come off because I need access to the engine cover.
Welcome to Triumph Bonneville T100. Twisting the throttle, we're changing the game. Wrenching in the workshop, chasing the horizon and chasing the sun. Hit the gas, let the engine roar. Triumph Bonneville, the Ventus is back for more. Yeah. Tech springs on the back, keeping the rubber in line and the body feels fine. From the local cafe to the windy pass, we're burning rubber and we're burning past. Welcome.
And actually, like anything that I've learned now, while I've got this off, and give it a bit of a wipe down.
Welcome to Triumph Bonneville T100.
I feel like one day, Joe, this bike will be as clean as yours. Actually, Emily's bike is cleaner, so I feel like this will be as clean as Emily's bike one day.
Welcome to Triumph Bonneville T100.
Top cover off, that was, I want to say, easier than I thought. So let's see what we're dealing with. It's quite scary, to be fair. So this is inside my top cover. What does that say? 2024? 2020? I'm not quite sure. The bike's 2015, so we'll see. Whoops. That is what we're working with.
Yeah. Twisting the throttle, we're changing the game. Wrenching in the workshop, chasing the horizon and chasing the sun. Hit the gas, let the engine roar. Triumph Bonneville Ventus is back for more. Tech springs on the back, keeping the rubber in line and the body feels fine. From the local cafe to the wine and pass, we're burning rubber and we're burning glass.
Okay, so it's been a while. I had to call Joe because this thing was just baffling my mind. So he did advise me to take the numbers, go for a brew. So write the numbers down, go for a brew, and then come back after I've just chilled out for a bit and then redo the numbers. And I'm so glad I did. So what I've decided to do is take all these off there because they weren't in order and it was just really, really stressing me out. These are the ones that I don't need to use. These are the ones that I do need to use. So what I've actually done now is just done it on this side, and then I'm moving to this side because that is the correct way that they need to go. Then I turn the back wheel to get these to the right way to go, and then I've got everything written down as I should do. So these are the numbers that I'm now looking at. These are my clearances. So actually that's on the low end. This one actually is pretty good, so I don't need to worry about this one. This one, again, I don't need to worry about, but that will need replacing because it's at the low end. And then let's move on now to the intake, and it's going to be 1 and 2 for me. The bike is all good. I've just come off the phone with Joe just to check my numbers. I've done these numbers 3 times, and the issue was with the way I was doing it. There's 2 numbers on my gauges, and I was reading the wrong one for the second time round, which is why I panicked a little bit. But just slow, methodical, I just need to remember this isn't a race and to get things done. However, the good news is I don't need to do anything with the Bonneville. So after 16,000 miles, the shims are all looking good. So what that means is I don't need to be taking any of this stuff out, and I can just put the bolts back on and the cover and the engine, and this is then good to go.
Sit back and welcome to Triumph Bonneville. Bitches are righteous, bitches running me, and bitches I'm working on it in the stress. Sit back and welcome to Triumph Bonneville. If bitches came and welcome to Triumph Bonneville. If fashion style, fashion style. If bitches came and welcome to Triumph Bonneville. Sit back and welcome to Triumph Bonneville. Features I am benches and pebbles to say all like a films to hack a hole, yeah. I've been down to the bait in this sheet, is thick. It look me to fold, I double down quick. Yeah, I go the show like it's my front to go. If the headband right, I be lying some more.
Hopefully enjoying the video so far. It is very, very laid back, and it's going to be a slightly longer one. So hopefully you're enjoying it. If you are, please give me a comment and a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. It helps me and the channel out a lot. And I can see from the analytics, a lot of you that are watching aren't subscribed. So that would really, really help me out. Moving on to the service now. So you've seen from the start of the video, a package has arrived. That has arrived today. So I'm just updating the back end of this video. Some changes. So I've changed the oil. So not the brand. There we go. I've changed the oil, not the brand, but the actual oil itself. Currently in the bike, I'm running full synthetic, and it's also of a higher weight. I put that in there because the oil issues that I had back end of last year in terms of the oil pressure sensor going off. I've changed the oil pressure sensor, checked all the wires, and actually it's not come back since that's been done. So I'm interested to see whether running this oil, which is semi-synthetic and slightly cheaper, whether the oil like comes back on. If it does, it'll be instantly drained, and then the same oil going back in that I'm currently running. Two things that I haven't changed is I'm still going to use exactly the same spark plugs, and I'm also using a Triumph OEM filter. For those that have watched my first time doing a DIY service, it was an absolute nightmare getting this filter off first time. It's like anything with this bike, it's old, everything's seized up. I can't get the oil filter cap off. So this is the culprit. That will not budge. It's times like this I either wish I knew what I was doing or just have the money for people to do it for me. But yeah, obviously that doesn't fit. So back to Halfords and get something else. Great. Okay, so back to Halfords, changed it out. Got one of these oil filter wrench things. I've seen a guy on YouTube use it. So yeah, hopefully now this is the one. Come on. I've put this one on, so fingers crossed it's not difficult to get off and I've not over tightened it. But again, similar vein to the first part of the video, really, really chilled, very, really laid back. Hopefully you're enjoying it. And if you're with me so far, thanks very much. If you're staying till the end, great. If you're not and you're checking out at this point, thank you very, very much for watching so far. So that's not what you're going to see now. I've come to edit the video and my storage is full. So picked up my phone after I did everything and big message, storage is full, and I've got like 10 seconds worth of clip, which is basically me setting up my camera, walking to my bike, kneeling on the floor, and then it's I say cut out, it's not recorded anything, which is really, really annoying. But overall, it took me about 45 minutes to change the oil. I did do it cold, I didn't do a warm run, but I made sure everything was kind of out of there, changed the spark plugs, which was a bit trickier than what I remember from last time, even though I have got a spark removal tool. And lesson learned, I did over tighten the oil filter. So whether that attributed to some of the oil pressure issues and stuff I had, I'm not sure, but this one definitely hasn't been over tightened. I haven't taken the bike out for a run yet, but spark plugs changed, oil done, and I've also as well I want to say serviced but washed my DNA filter as well, just because I had everything out. Ironically enough, I didn't film the DNA filter wash because I only realized I needed to do that when I watched one of Joe's videos from a while back, when he gave Freddie his bike back and mentioned he'd cleaned the filter. So yeah, something I need to get a bit better at, and maybe write that on like a whiteboard or something. But I'm going to jump to a clip I did film a while back regarding an old friend's arrived and light lock. So for those that remember, I had a bit of a mold problem. I now have that resolved. So I've got some brilliant news. This has just arrived and I'm so grateful. This is an eBay purchase, and this replaces the one that got full of mold. The reason for this is so I can put my light lock in it, because I've been riding around and trying to find a place to store my light lock, and it's been a bit of a pain without carrying the rucksack. So this tank tail bag, absolute lifesaver. So thanks very much to the eBay seller for this one, and we're back. I did look at other brands such as Gold Top and a few other ones. Gold Top definitely fit the aesthetic of the bike and the look that I'm going for, but the dimensions were slightly too small for me to carry around my light lock, and that's the main reason why I got the tank tail bag in the first place, was to actually carry the light lock around. Because for those trips where I'm just going coffee shops and that kind of thing, I didn't want to be putting on the Rambler backpack, and it's not something I want to wear while I'm riding. So even though I've got the pannier solution to that, the tank tail bag for me is just a lot more of an easier option and gets me out on the bike more, which is what I want to do. I don't want to be worrying about carrying the rucksack or unhooking it just to carry around the light lock. And actually, it fits the tank perfectly, it fits the light lock perfectly, and I'm going to show you how much room I've actually got left. So, bag on the bike, you've seen that before, no change there, and it's the same colour as my Rambler. Again, I got this from a seller on eBay, which I'm happy about because it came in at a cheaper price. So this is actually in a better condition. Got my Bike and Brew passport in there. If you haven't seen the videos on that, go check it out. This is how much room I've actually got left in. So the light lock fits in there perfectly. I've got other sections in there, other bits that can fit, again, recording equipment, camera, phone, wallet, whatever I want. So I'm really happy with that, and it now means I can get out, lock the bike up. I know it's secure. I'm really happy with that. And on that note, if you haven't seen any of my previous content before, Light Lock are actually offering £10 off if you use my link below in the description, and you'll get £10 off a lock. And again, I stand by these. I've used them for years, and it's the only lock that I'm going to use on my bike, and I don't really trust anything else. But the offer is limited, so if you don't act fast, it could be gone. So like I say, this moment in time, as of today's date, the £10 is available to you. If you click on this at a later date, it may not be there. Apologies for that kind of abrupt ending to the video, but the bike has been serviced and shims checked. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next one.
Welcome to Triumph Bonneville T100.